Traditional farmhouse homes have been America's architectural backbone for over 200 years, and they're having a massive resurgence right now. But here's what most people don't understand. There's a huge difference between authentic traditional farmhouse and the modern farmhouse trend that's everywhere. Real traditional farmhouses were built for function first, beauty second, and they possess a character and authenticity that new construction struggles to replicate. Today I'm breaking down what makes these homes special, what they actually cost, and whether you should build new traditional or restore an original. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because next week I'm touring a fully restored 1880s farmhouse that cost $425,000 to renovate and comparing it to a new traditional farmhouse built for $380,000. I'll show you which one was the better investment and why. Today we're exploring traditional farmhouse homes in depth. By the end of this video, you'll understand what defines authentic traditional farmhouse architecture, how it differs from modern farmhouse style, the key exterior and interior elements that create the look, realistic cost for new construction versus restoration, regional variations across America, why these homes have lasted centuries, and whether traditional farmhouse is right for you. Stay until the end because I'm revealing the 3 elements that separate authentic traditional from reproduction, the biggest mistakes people make trying to achieve this style, and which traditional farmhouse features actually hurt modern livability. Whether you're restoring, building new, or just appreciate timeless architecture, this comprehensive guide will change how you see these iconic American homes. Defining traditional farmhouse. Let's start by clearly defining what we mean by traditional farmhouse. These are working farm homes built primarily between 1830 and 1950, designed for function and practicality, using local materials and labor, and reflecting regional building traditions. The core characteristics include simple rectangular or L-shaped footprints, practical layout for farm family living, 1.5 to 2.5 stories typically, wood frame construction, and materials that were locally available. The defining features show gabled roofs with moderate pitch, horizontal with siding or clapboard, multi-pane double-hung windows, wraparound or deep front porches, simple trim and minimal ornamentation, and symmetrical or asymmetrical facades. The key principle throughout is form follows function. Everything serves a purpose, honest materials and construction, and built to last generations. Traditional farmhouse is not modern farmhouse, which is contemporary interpretation, often too clean and minimal, Instagram aesthetic driven, and build and last 10 to 15 years. It's not colonial, which is earlier period, more formal architectural style, and different proportions and details. It's not craftsman, which is later period, more artistic movement, and heavier details and brackets. Understanding authentic traditional farmhouse means recognizing regional variations, accepting age and character, and valuing function over perfection. These homes were built by farmers for farmers, designed around agricultural life, and evolved over generations of additions. Key exterior elements. Now let's break down what makes traditional farmhouse distinctive outside. The form and massing shows simple rectangular main house, additions added as needed creating L or T shapes, 1.5 to 2 stories most common, and modest scale not grand. The roof is practical and functional. Medium-pitched gable roof, typically 6/12 to 8/12 pitch. Composition shingles or metal most common. Dormers for upstairs light and space, and simple eave details without fancy brackets. The siding is honest and durable. Horizontal wood clapboard traditional, painted white or neutral colors. Board and batten, sometimes used, and vinyl siding on many today, though less authentic. The windows define the character. Double-hung multi-pane windows, 6/6 or 9/6 classic. Symmetrical placement on formal homes, asymmetrical on informal, and simple trim boards around openings. The porches are essential elements. Deep front porch for shade and sitting, wraparound porch common, simple wood posts or columns, tongue and groove porch ceiling, and wood plank floors. The doors are functional and welcoming, solid wood paneled doors. Simple surround with side lights maybe, storm door or screen door added, and centered on main facade or offset. The colors are traditionally restrained. White is classic and most common, cream, gray, or soft colors. Darker trim sometimes for contrast, and bold colors rare historically. The details are minimal but important. Simple wood trim at corners, windows, and eaves. Sometimes shutters, though often decorative now. Brick chimney, often on side or center, and metal roof on many original homes. The landscaping is practical, not ornamental. Large trees for shade, vegetable garden somewhere, simple foundation plantings, and gravel or dirt drives traditional. These elements combine to create recognizable farmhouse character. Timeless, not trendy. Honest, not pretentious. And comfortable, not formal. Interior layout and design. Inside, traditional farmhouses follow practical patterns. The floor plan is straightforward. Central hall with rooms on either side common, or simple side hall layout. Kitchen at rear, originally for heat in summer, and additions create more informal layouts. The rooms are modestly sized, 10 by 12 to 12 by 14-foot rooms typical. Lower ceilings at 8 to 9 feet common. Parlor or front room for guests, and family rooms at rear. The kitchen evolved over time. Original cooking hearths or wood stoves. Pantries for food storage essential, often small by modern standards, and has been updated in most homes. The dining room was important. Separate formal dining room, or eating kitchen for daily meals. China cabinet built in sometimes, and connects to kitchen. The bathrooms were added later. Original homes had outhouses. Indoor plumbing came 1900s to 1930s. Bathrooms often carved from closets or porches, and small compared to modern expectations. The bedrooms are practical. Upstairs typically in 1.5 to 2-story homes. Modest closet space, simple trim and details, and each child didn't get own room originally. The stairs are functional, simple straight run or L-shaped, with treads and risers, simple handrail, and steep by modern standards sometimes. The ceilings show exposed beams in some, plaster or drywall smooth, simple crown molding if any, and 8 to 9 feet typical height. The flooring is durable, wide plank wood floors original, pine or oak depending on region, often painted or covered, and some homes had linoleum. The walls were traditionally plaster, lath and plaster original, later drywall and updates, often wallpapered, and beadboard wainscoting common. The trim and millwork is simple, flat profile trim boards, not ornate or fancy, painted rather than stained typically, and consistent throughout home. The overall character is practical and lived in. Rooms serve clear purposes, comfortable not grand, and feel like family homes. The modifications over time show additions for growing families. Porches enclosed for space, bathrooms added or expanded, and kitchens updated multiple times. This evolution is part of charm, shows home's history, tells family stories, and creates unique character. Building new traditional farmhouse. If you want to build new and traditional farmhouse style, here's the reality. The design requirements mean working with architect who understands style, using authentic proportions and details, avoiding modern farmhouse cliches, and researching regional traditional examples. The cost ranges for new construction show 2,000 square foot traditional farmhouse at $200,000 to $350,000 depending on finishes and location. 2,500 square foot runs $250,000 to $440,000. In 3,000 square foot costs $300,000 to $540,000. This is $100 to $180 per square foot, which is standard construction costs. The cost drivers include authentic materials cost more, true divided light windows expensive, real wood siding versus vinyl, and quality trim and millwork. You save by simpler design, no complex roof lines, straightforward rectangular forms, and less ornate than some styles. The key decisions for authenticity include real wood siding or good fiber cement, true divided light windows not fake, appropriate roof pitch not too shallow, proper porch depth and proportion, and simple trim not overstyled. The challenges in building new include achieving aged character impossible. Everything looks too new, hard to replicate patina, and takes time to feel authentic. New homes also follow modern codes, require larger rooms and spaces, need modern mechanicals visible and different from originals. The advantages of building new show you get exactly what you want: modern systems and efficiency, proper insulation and HVAC, updated electrical and plumbing, and no hidden structural issues. The honest reality is new traditional farmhouse is interpretation, can be beautiful and appropriate, serves modern life better, but isn't the same as authentic. That's okay if expectations are right. You're creating your own version and building new tradition. The cost is similar to other new construction, not premium for farmhouse style, actually simpler than some styles, and good value overall. Why traditional farmhouses last? Let's talk about why these homes survive centuries. The construction quality was often superior: old-growth lumber, handcrafted joinery, attention to detail, and built with pride. The materials were durable: wood, stone, and brick, quality that has lasted, proper maintenance crucial, and time-proven methods. The design inherently sustainable: overhangs protect walls, porches shade house, natural ventilation works, and thoughtful orientation matters. The simplicity aids longevity: fewer complex systems to fail, straightforward to repair, and replacement parts standard. The flexibility enables adaptation: additions easily attached, rooms repurposed over time, and updates possible without losing character. The maintenance is critical factor: homes that lasted were maintained, painting every 5 to 10 years, fixing issues promptly, and caring for structure. The failures are informative: abandoned homes deteriorate quickly, water is the enemy, neglect compounds problems, and some can't be saved. The modern challenges include original materials unavailable, craftsmanship rare and expensive, modern codes complicate things, and lifestyle expectations different. The preservation principles show: maintain original character, repair rather than replace when possible, use appropriate materials, and respect home's history. The return on investment varies: some restorations break even, others lose money. Best financial returns preserve character, and don't over-improve for neighborhood. The intrinsic value can't be measured: living in piece of history, connection to past, and something money can't buy. The environmental benefit is real: reusing existing structure, avoiding new construction waste, embodied energy already invested, and sustainable by nature. These factors combine to explain why traditional farmhouses remain, when they're worth saving, and what makes them special. Modern farmhouse versus traditional. This comparison matters because terms get confused. Modern farmhouse emerged 2010s, popularized by HGTV and Pinterest, clean minimalist interpretation, and built new not restored. The characteristics show: all white everything, shiplap, and open shelving everywhere, black window frame signature, and very specific aesthetic. Traditional farmhouse spans 1830 to 1950 originals, working farm homes, regional variations, and authentic age character. The design differences are significant, with modern being symmetrical and planned, traditional asymmetrical and evolved, modern minimal ornamentation, and traditional simple but with some details. The scale differs too: modern often larger, 2,500 to 4,000 square feet, traditional typically 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. Modern feels grand, and traditional feels modest. The materials show: modern using composite and vinyl often, traditional using real wood, modern emphasizing metal roof, and traditional varied materials. The color palettes differ: modern almost exclusively white, traditional white common but varied, modern accent colors minimal, and traditional more colorful historically. The interior treatment varies: modern very open concept, traditional more separate rooms, modern industrial lighting, and traditional simple functional fixtures. The cost implications show: modern costs 20 to 35% premium, traditional style is standard pricing, modern trendier may date, and traditional timeless. The market perception shows: modern very popular currently, traditional steadily appreciated, modern may be peak, and traditional always relevant. The honest assessment is: modern farmhouse is fine style, appeals to many people, works for current market, but isn't same as traditional. Traditional farmhouse is authentic, time-tested, regionally rooted, and unlikely to date. Both have merit and place. Preference is personal, and understand the difference. Calling modern traditional is inaccurate. They're distinct styles, and each his own character. The biggest mistakes. Now let's talk about what people get wrong. Mistake 1 is trying too hard to look old. The problems include artificial distressing, everything faux-aged, overdone farmhouse decor, and looking like stage set. This creates inauthentic feel, too self-conscious, tries too hard, and misses the point. The fix is letting real traditional homes show age naturally, in new homes accepting their new, using quality materials honestly, and avoiding theme park effect. Mistake 2 is ignoring regional appropriateness. Issues arise from building New England style in Texas, using wrong materials for climate, ignoring local traditions, and looking transplanted. This seems out of place, may not function well, looks unnatural, and misses regional beauty. Fix by studying local traditional homes, using appropriate regional style, respecting climate needs, and fitting context. Mistake 3 is sacrificing function for authenticity. Problems include keeping tiny kitchen period correct, inadequate bathrooms for modern family, insufficient storage space, and living like 1880 uncomfortable. This makes daily life difficult, family unhappy, and not sustainable. Fix by updating for modern life, maintaining character in visible areas, practical behind the scenes, and living in home, not museum. Mistake 4 is wrong proportions and scale. Issues show building too large, ceiling heights wrong, room proportions off, and doesn't feel right. This looks like fake farmhouse. Proportions matter enormously, can't be fixed easily, an expensive mistake. Fix by studying authentic examples, working with knowledgeable architect, getting proportions right first, and details are secondary. Mistake 5 is mixing too many styles. Problems arise from adding craftsman details, mixing modern farmhouse, incorporating colonial elements, and visual confusion. This creates no clear identity, looks confused, and lacks authenticity. Fix by committing to traditional farmhouse, staying consistent, editing out inappropriate elements, and less is more. Traditional farmhouse features that hurt livability. Let's be honest about what doesn't work for modern families. Small kitchens are authentic, but problematic. Original farmhouses had tiny kitchens. Modern cooking needs space, family gathering in kitchen, and renovation often needed. Most people expand kitchen, even in restoration. Minimal bathrooms are historically accurate with only one bathroom typical. Modern families need more, adding bathrooms necessary, and challenge is doing it sensitively. Most updated farmhouses have 2 to 3 bathrooms now. Limited closet space is authentic issue. Built-in closets weren't common, wardrobes and armoires used, modern clothing volumes bigger, and storage additions needed. People add closets or use spare rooms. Steep, narrow staircases are sometimes unsafe. Met old codes not current, challenging with children or elderly, and hard to change without major work. Many people accept this compromise. Low ceilings and some feel oppressive. 8-foot ceilings were standard. Modern preference is 9 to 10 feet. Changing ceiling height expensive, and you adapt or accept. Many find 8-foot ceilings cozy actually. Small windows limit light. Energy efficiency drove small windows. Modern preference is more light, replacing or adding windows possible, but changes character. Balance natural light with authenticity. Poor insulation is original condition. Insulation minimal or absent. Energy costs higher, comfort compromised, and upgrading necessary. Adding insulation without changing appearance possible. The resolution is thoughtful updates. Maintain character where visible, modernize behind scenes, and balance authenticity and livability. You're creating home, not museum. Comfort matters, and living in space daily. Smart updates respect character while improving function. Don't apologize for modernizing, and make it work for your life. So what makes traditional farmhouse homes special? They represent American architectural heritage, honest functional design, connection to agricultural past, regional building traditions, and timeless character that endures. Whether you build new traditional, restore an original, or simply appreciate the style, these homes offer something unique. The costs are reasonable with new construction at standard rates, restoration variable, but often worthwhile, and value holding long-term. The style is timeless, isn't trend-driven, works across country with regional variations, and appeals across generations. The key is understanding authenticity, respecting regional differences, balancing old and new, and not confusing modern farmhouse with traditional. These homes work. They've proven themselves over centuries, provide comfortable living, and possess character new construction struggles to match. If you found this deep dive valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for next week's restoration versus new build comparison. Drop a comment and tell me, would you restore a traditional farmhouse or build new? What appeals to you most about this style? And check the description for links to preservation resources, architects specializing in traditional design, and restoration contractors. Thanks for watching, and remember, traditional farmhouses are America's vernacular architecture. They tell our story, connect us to past, and continue evolving with each generation. That's what makes them truly timeless. I'll see you in the next one.